Our take on the industry with detailed and researched topics, guest stars and information on a range. Music Made Simple podcast with Paul and Hutch. Hello and welcome to the Music Made Simple podcast with me, Paul.
Me, Hutch.
Wow, it's the first episode, guys. Isn't that exciting, Liam? Right. So, first of all, I need to talk about the change of plan. So we were going to do our C7.3, our assignment in the first episode. But we thought we'd give you 2 intro episodes before that. So also we have more time to prepare because we want to make it a nice episode. It's going to be really interesting. So today's episode will be all about us. Because what's the point of listening to people if you don't know anything about them? And I know you know me, friends, but this could be to new listeners. This could be to, anyone. This could be to anyone's mum or dad. I don't know. So I just thought we'd give you a few questions. So we've come up with a few questions and we're going to read them first. But I just want to talk without question a little bit about my experience with music, and then I'll pass on to Liam. So I've been playing music for 10 years. I've been surrounded by music for all of my life, all of my 17 years. I'm getting old. I'm almost an adult. So basically, ever since I was 7, my parents got me this electric drum kit, and it wasn't the greatest quality, but to me that felt like I was playing an acoustic kit. It felt like I was playing something because I was so small. It was larger than me. It was like the perfect size for a child, and so I spent about 3 years like on and off with the drums. I didn't really know because I was obviously 7, so I couldn't. It wasn't drilled into me to practice every day because my parents wanted me to love music and not resent it later on down the line. So I'll be quick. Basically, then I got lessons in secondary school, and it took my playing from like here to up here. I mean, honestly, I am safe to say I think I'm a pretty good drummer, and I think Liam can vouch for me here. Okay. So, and I also I'm learning the sax. I can play a little bit of keys. I'm okay at percussion. Like most drummers are okay at percussion. So basically, all I want to say, basically to narrow it down, is music has saved my life, man, countless times. And being able to create stuff in this space and being able to be like looked upon and guided and being able to have mentors for great teachers. And so anyway, that's a bit about me. If you have any questions about that or want to know more about my experiences, drop in the comments, and same about Liam. But I'll hand over to Hutch.
So name's Liam Hutch. Like Isaac, I've been singing for probably around 10 or 11 years. First started my first ever thing related to music for a club or anything was Glee Club back in secondary school. I'm not the best vocalist, but I'm a decent vocalist, and just since then fell in love more and more with music. I've been watching shows, which is how I fell in love with my first instrument, which was the keys. I then watched quite a few shows and thought, guitar's cool. Picked up an acoustic guitar, got some lessons from a great teacher I know, and fell in love with it more. I started listening to music like Isaac my whole life, my whole 17 years too. We're becoming fossils. And some of the best parts about music is just days out, and when me and my family go shopping, just me and my granddad sat in the car listening to music, just enjoying the sun, enjoying life. That's pretty much all.
Thanks, Liam. That was really nice. So now I do see that we've gone past the 3-minute mark. I think that's okay because as long as you repost this video, we will bring this intro to the end. But I am in the process of setting up a Spotify account, so you can listen to this on Spotify, and we have a YouTube account. So please, if you want to watch the rest of this episode, go to our YouTube.
If you see this clip, the link will be on our Instagram, and we might put it in the comments or the bios so people can see it. So go watch or even just have it in the background, listen to it on
Yeah.
YouTube until it's on Spotify. It will be useful.
It really helps us out, and if you want to drop a subscriber, because to grow this channel, it would be much appreciated. But thank you, and see you later on. But this has been the intro. Thank you. Anyway, after the intro, we were thinking about asking each other some questions, because now you've got to know us and our experience with music.
Yeah, we gave our little
You know,
backstory
yeah.
of why we're doing it.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, music isn't as simple as, like, you know, you play the instrument. You have to look into this. You have to study it. You have to
Indulge.
you
want
have
to play or pick
yeah.
up an instrument.
You have to like, also, I mean, you have to, in this day and age, you have to understand at least a baseline knowledge about the music industry if you want to make it. So we have made a few questions for each other. So we'll go back and forth. And so my first question for Liam is, Hutch, at what age did you fall in love with music?
I mean, it will probably have to go back to when I was about maybe 5. I was at home. My mum had, I think it might have been a Boy Band's Ultimate CD on. I've got it from her to this day. Still listen to it. It had the great boy bands from NSYNC, Backstreet, Boys to Men, Take That, and just throughout the whole thing. Then my granddad showed me music from like the bit older. She had like Phil Harris, Frank Sinatra, and my dad with a bit more rockish, so Bruce Springsteen and people like that. And I've just fell in love ever since. Just enjoyed it.
And I guess you keep those young artists and inspirations to this day.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I know that sometimes you struggle with being in key, but I've listened to your voice, and like, without key at all, the tone of your voice is awesome. And I really feel like I can see a Lewis Capaldi in you.
It's like, my voice is also adapt, because when I started on level 2, I had kind of almost a country twang to my voice, because I only mainly listened to country then. But since then, and that was about a year and a bit ago, my music taste is so different. I can put different twangs on my voice. If I wanted a bit more of a country twang, I'd put it on. So a bit more of a rock voice, I'd put it on.
Yeah.
And so often. But yeah, it's just been heavily influenced.
Yeah, I see that. So now it's time for you to ask me a question.
Yes. Paul, what has made you want to do music?
This is a very hard question, but I feel like in every career's advice, I've been so, like, to take away from like my love of music and the fact that I honestly don't want to do anything else. But at every careers thing, I didn't know what I wanted to do, except this, like, I kind of want to be a musician. And I'm like, oh, well, that's like always in the back of my mind. I'm like, nothing else appeals to me, like, other than doing music. I feel like if I didn't have music, what am I doing on this earth?
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous, because, you know, it's so difficult for people to break into the industry, and I feel like we need to change something about that. I feel like we got to like lower the barrier to entry, and like I'll talk about this on my C7.3, but we need to fund music education.
Yes,
and
massively.
The industry. We need to fund it, man.
Big shout to Ed Sheeran a couple months ago when he put, I think it was over £120 million into the British Education Fund for instruments, lessons, and just in general for music to be taught.
That's great.
Some schools don't even get taught it.
That's great. Now, so when did you think it was more than a hobby? And tell me about that experience. Like, when did you think, you could do this as a thing? Because you're in this course, I'm guessing, to become
Yes.
And who knows, maybe we'll become professional podcasters out of this, Yeah,
maybe professional musicians and podcasters, a full-time double join.
Yeah.
Difficult question, that. I mean, suppose it goes back in my younger years when I was like singing non-stop around the house, and like my parents were like, bless him, he's singing all the time. But even to this day, I still face massive bumps in the road, not just from vocals, just with people that are extra hard on you and just like,
Mm.
oh, your voice ain't good enough, you're not going to become a musician. And to be honest, and this might be a bit interesting, but I personally don't think anyone is born with the gift. You have to work for it.
That's definitely true. And
The basics might be there, but you're not born with like Adele type vocals. Even
well, the thing that you referenced Ed Sheeran about his philanthropism and putting money into the music industry. He also there's an interview on, I believe, the Graham Norton
yeah, I think
show,
it was Graham Norton.
that he says, like, you're not born with.
Yeah, you have to want to work for it to get to where you are.
Yes. And I think that's like, it shows people their work ethic and whether they're going to go the full mile or whether they're going to, you know, crash and burn. But anyway, I believe it's your second question.
It is. Paul, what has been your best idea for making music?
Elaborate on that. I'm not really sure I understand.
Like, have you ever had an idea where you're like, oh, I should really do this, but you're like, I'm not sure if I should because it does sound a bit silly, but have you ever thought this actually could be my make or break?
What, so like, have I ever had an idea of a chord progression?
Yeah, or like, have you ever had something you're like, I need to get this done ASAP, this could be my next best thing?
Yeah, I mean, I feel a bit bad because, I mean, every time I work with this incredible musician, also, like, he's on the certificate, Stanley, we come up with a chord progression or a song, and we do a whole day of recording, and one of them, which we haven't finished yet, is good because he came up with the piano. I'm like, I'm okay at piano. Whenever I come up with chords and stuff, you know, on the guitar, it's just, you know, I'm not sure, but basically, I feel so bad because we never keep what we record. We spend like a day recording, and it just goes to waste. You know, it goes to, and then that's part of the learning curve, I think. And then, you know, like, musicians, we're probably hard on ourselves more than most professions. You know, there has to be the perfect.
There has to be perfect.
Yeah. So, but yeah, to answer your question, yes, like, I've had ideas where they've scrapped. I've had ideas that I've kept, and you know, it's just part of learning, and it's part of making you a better musician. Hutch.
Yes.
What? No. Who has been your main inspiration?
Is it musically or just in general?
Musically. Who's been inspiring you from the beginning? And you've talked about your boy bands, but have you got any others?
Oh, I mean, just to throw a few names out there. For country, some of them I'd go Zach Bryan. I know now he's moving to a bit more of some like a rock take, but Zach Bryan, Luke Combs. For a bit more popish, I'd go, as much as I don't like their music, the Beatles, they have done so much for the industry. Similar to them, I'm going to have to go with Taylor Swift. She's done a lot, and I've listened to all her music, and it is brilliant, and it's helped me. Then for
Liam's a diehard Swiftie. Hutch is a diehard Swiftie.
Not wrong, but then for a bit more rock, I would go Bruce Springsteen, massive, and also a cross between rock and pop. Most of his music, I would go Robbie Williams, the former Take That member.
That's fair enough. I mean, that is great, and I mean, you know, our inspirations shape us, and like
they do.
You like how it's very important to have a reference track. It's also very important to be making music and to be like singing and practicing your instrument with someone in mind, because you can't do it all on your own, and no matter how original you think you are, someone's already done it. So you're fooling yourself into thinking you can do this by yourself. So that is a piece of wisdom, Paul wisdom. Maybe we'll make this a thing if I ever get deep in a conversation anymore. Paul wisdom.
We both
have inspirations. Yes, have inspirations, and do not think you can do this all on your own. Okay, if anything, if I can get one thing through to you guys, is that you can't do anything, especially music, on your own. You have to be thinking about other people. At least, not even if you're a solo artist, they'll have their inspirations. Okay, you know, thank you. Right.
I believe it is your turn to answer a hot question.
Yes.
Next question. Who would be your dream artist to collab with?
Oh, this is such a good one. I mean, I feel like I have to break this down because if it was legends, like legends
Sure,
that are
do
still
a legend, do dead and alive.
okay.
Who would be
Well,
a dream
legend that's alive, probably Dave Matthews Band,
Mm.
because they are just legendary.
They are.
They are so influential. Like their albums are a different genre than most albums. Like I love their album Every Day, the electric one. And I mean, Before These Crowded Streets was the first time I listened to them, and they were awesome. But probably Dead. That's a difficult one because I listen to a lot more, like probably more niche genres, but like a lot more nowish music.
Yeah.
So that's hard. But I mean, I'm gonna have to I can't name like dead artists. I'm sorry, man. I'll give you a modern day hero that I went to see, and they're awesome. They are a trio, Moses Yuffie Trio. They're like trip hop jazz. They're awesome. They are awesome, man. They're great. And I mean, seeing them was awesome. And it was a game changer. But yeah. So that's just a few inspirations to me off the bat. So but yeah, it's a great question, man. So I'm gonna fire back for you. I believe we're on our fourth question.
Yes.
Right. What would you say to aspiring musicians that want to go into the music industry or that are just bedroom warriors practicing from their bedroom with a speaker? What would you say to them?
I've now got a bit of a story for this one, but again with the bedroom warriors, legendary as Bruce Springsteen, his album Nebraska, he was, I want to say 16 or 17, in his bedroom, just a tape recorder, a mic, and his guitar.
Mm.
He recorded a whole album, brilliant album, just alone, him in his bedroom when he was about 16, and it's blew up massively. And personally, that's what I want to do for my first album. But one bit of information, no matter how tough it gets, this music industry will try and cut you down any way possible. Be the slightest thing. Just never give up. If you ever need reason, look to your loved ones, look to your peers, but never give up. Because if you give up, then essentially they have won and you've proven everyone right when they're like, oh, you'll never be anything. But if you rise above it, and at least it might not be the best music, but if you come above it with something, at least you can say, I survived that, I did this,
And
from that.
And just on that, it's not like we're saying never listen to people's criticism. It's just when they are saying it purely to get a rise and just being horrible, you gotta take it with a pinch of salt. You gotta believe in something bigger than yourself and believe that you're fit for a purpose on this life. And for music, it's like we're all part of a community within it, and people can break you down like Liam said, but also try recognize when it's just criticism. People are going, I like that bit about your music, but I think you could improve with this, because there's nothing wrong with that, and people are just trying to help when they're doing that as well.
Yeah, massively.
Anyway, I think it's your last question for me, and then we'll do a little bit of a conclusion, maybe go in for a bit, because I think we're up to the 18-minute mark now, so I feel like we've got a bit more time.
Yeah, we can always go over the questions we asked each other. For what I asked you, I can always then say my answer as well.
Yeah, definitely. Well, let's do that then. Great.
Yes, your last. It's a two-part answer. Are you in any bands and any personal projects you want to get done?
Well, definitely. I'm in quite a few bands, to be fair. So I started before college being in the Warblers, and we've gotten pretty big. I say pretty big. We're around 150 followers, so for thank you. So for like musicians, like it's two of us. So it's my cousin Joe in year 9, my friend and his brother in year 9. So for a half college, half secondary school band, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like our most liked video is 400 on Instagram, so pretty good. I mean, so that's one band that I'm in. I'm very passionate about that. We're like indie pop. We've gigged at Walton Fun Day. I think we're going back there if it's on this year. We've got like Shatwick Jam. I'm pretty sure we've got we might be in Godney Gathering, to be fair,
Ooh.
on one of the stages. That's why I didn't sign up for college. So, but yeah, so I'm also in a band called Rainy Weather, which I formed in college. So very happy to be a part of them. We do performances and skits on on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And I'm also in Jaded Moon, so that's really good. Don't laugh. Jaded Moon's a great band. It's very post hardcore math rock. Very techy guitars and drums. So I really like that, and yeah. So that's just a few of my bands. So
One note as well, anyway, that we're hoping at some point, maybe episode 4 or 5, to get the whole of Rainy Weather on this podcast.
yes, and we will be in a different studio.
Yes,
to
one for
accommodate
everyone,
more space.
with probably 2 mics, so we can split it evenly.
Yeah, definitely. But anyway, that will be really interesting. So, yeah, so personal project, I've got a solo, so me and my band Verification as well, like my live band. I can see one of the members outside of the window right now jamming. So yeah, we're performing tomorrow at lunchtime. So if anyone wants to come along and see this, it's tomorrow, C Block, I'm pretty sure, C13. So
Yeah.
Thank you, we really appreciate all the support. And so yeah, we're gonna have a go at I feel like I don't think we need to answer the same questions. I think we should just come up with questions on the spot,
Sure.
And I'm going to come up with one right now. So Liam, you've talked about your influences with boy bands and stuff.
Yes.
So if there was one thing that you could let your inspirations maybe help you improve, because you are your harshest critic.
Yeah.
So I'd just like to say, what do you think you could improve?
I mean, I feel like currently as well, I'm trying to record my very first album with 8 tracks, but I feel like not just with me, just with musicians in general, people are very hard on themselves and like, no, it has to be perfect, no mistakes at all. If there's any tiny mistake, redo it. And I feel like that's something that I need to look at more for my inspirations. Like, take Robbie Williams, for example, his earlier music. If you listen to it, you can spot a couple of mistakes, but he's like, I don't care, it's my music, I don't want it pitch perfect or perfectly played. It is just music. We're all here to enjoy it, listen to it.
Definitely. I mean, like for your music, I know you're a solo act, but if you ever need a session musician, man, with the session drummer, because I've listened to your drums, and because it's MIDI, you can kind of tell. It's like, and it's like slightly off. But
I mean, for my album, it will probably be just guitar and vocals. But my second album or solo stuff, I'll definitely need drums.
Yeah, I will become a session musician. You can just like credit me somewhere, if I have that credit. But yeah, so just come up with one on the spot for me. Hutch. Hello. Sorry, we don't want dead air, so I'll keep it.
This is done. I apologise, but if you had to leave one of the bands to become a solo performer, which one would you leave? You don't have to say why, just which would you leave?
Well, because I believe so much in the Warblers and their skill and the potential of Rainy Weather, I'm sorry, but also because our guitarist of Jaded Moon is going through RSI, so like injuries and like hand-related injuries, I probably would be Jaded Moon. I believe in it so much though, and I don't want to leave it, but if I had to, it probably would be Jaded Moon. Now, Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Great. Now, Hutch,
Yes.
I've got a good one.
Ooh.
If you had all the money in the world, or just a bit more money, what would be the dream piece of gear
Oh.
you would like?
That's hard because I'm happy with what I've got, to be honest. Got my good old trusty handy Faith Acoustic Electric. I've got 2 mics at home, a Shure 58S Beta, I believe, and a recording mic. Logic and that I've got a nice electric. I mean, maybe a second electric, but for my style of music, which is mainly country, my Telecaster is fine for country music. It's one of the best, I think, and a lot of country artists agree for country music. But I don't really know. I mean, what is that?
I'll tell you what my piece of dream equipment right now is a better podcast mic. No,
We're in the works of getting one.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I'd have to say Ed Sheeran, if I had all the leads with it and everything I needed, Ed Sheeran, he uses it on his tours, but he has a 12 or 16 loop pedal floor. And my God, is it amazing. It's just, you need a lot of cables for it. But like, he uses it on loop vocals, keys, drums, guitar. It's all good just with a click of your foot. You can play it and everything. It's so good.
That's pretty cool, man. Let's finish with one more question, and then we could have the outro, which is going to be the same as the intro. And
I think we should make it up on the spot. Make the outro on the spot. We just figure one out and do it.
Okay.
Make it different.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, great. Scrap my Hutch has spoken. Scrap my words. We will come up with one on the spot. So, Liam, your last question of the podcast.
Yeah.
Hit me. Just to stop dead air, I will ramble on about something.
If you had to, for my inspiration musicians, had to collab with one of them, who would it be and why?
Well, I know you've said about being inspired by Zach Bryan. I'm pretty sure. I do quite like his music, and I feel like he's one of the legendary new country artists. And so it would probably be Luke Bryan. And yeah, that would be really interesting. Like, what is one of his? I like Play It Again. That's a pretty nice song. And yeah, just a few of his songs. But I respect all your inspirations, but I mean, we have very different genres.
Oh God, yeah.
I'm more jazz funk.
I'm mainly country pop rock.
Yeah. But anyway, that was a great last question, man. And this has all been a journey, and this episode is the start of this journey you're going to take.
Do you know what they say about journeys? You gotta not stop believing.
Yeah. Don't stop believing, gang. Hold on to that. No, but anyway, so this is a journey, and hopefully you're, come with us and you stick around and, watch on our, podcast on Spotify, watch on YouTube, and, keep up with the intros. And if this gets more, we will try post the full episodes, or at least parts of episodes, so like part 1, part 2, part 3 on our Instagram. But hopefully you're okay with just the intro and
just book them in.
Yeah, just the intro, and then go onto YouTube, because everyone mostly has YouTube. It's up there. It would really help us.
Even if you don't have an account, just at least watch it, then create an account, subscribe, maybe a like.
Yeah, that would be great. And anyway, so we have been the Music Made Simple podcast with me, Paul.
Me, Hutch.
See you in the next episode.
Peace.
Cheers, guys.